Hey guys, good morning all of you. I hope all of you can hear me. This is Vamshi here guys. Just before going to the session, can anyone guys, can you please confirm is I'm audible? Is I'm audible guys? Right. Anyone guys, can you please confirm is I'm audible? Yeah. Yes guys, yeah. Thank you guys. So yeah, thanks for confirmation guys. Yeah. So just yeah. So this is it's one of the a free workshop conducting from behalf of the DurgaSoft training. So today's agenda is going to be okay. So before starting the session, guys, just let me introduce myself. Just let me a brief introduction about myself. Just 2 minutes, guys. I don't want to take much time. 2 minutes, just let me introduce myself. Yeah. So this is Vamsi Krishna here, Vamsi Krishna Guttula. So I'm almost all having somewhere around 20 years of experience, guys. Mainly my complete specialization from my all my 20 years of experience is related to a database management like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL. Nowadays, people also started using this particular database systems as part of the data engineering, data analysis roles. There are depending on the SQL concepts only. And after that, I was also expertise in database administrations like backups, recovery strategies of databases, automation, scheduling of jobs, etc., etc., guys. And after that, I moved into the big data technologies. Almost all for a couple of years, I worked on big data technologies like Hadoop, Spark, Hive, Scoop, etc., etc. And after that, from the last 7 years, I'm almost all working with the data science related technologies. Almost all, I'm having around 7 years of experience in the data science, AI, ML related topics. And coming to my certifications, my expertise, it is I done one certification program from IIIT Hyderabad around in 2019. I have done almost all, it is 4 years. And as of now, I was collaborated with the XLR. The XLR is it's also like it's an corporate training which provides you the trainings, basically mostly on data science and business analyst, data analyst and what they call it as data analyst or business analyst and data science. These are the mainly the two courses they will offer. Apart from that, they also have full stack Java. They also have a Seleniums. These are also there, but mainly their main core trainings are on mostly on the data science and business analyst and data analyst roles. So I was currently collaborated with XLR as a consultant trainer for them on different technologies. Like mainly I'll deliver the trainings on Power BI, MySQL, data science. These are going to be my expertise in that particular areas, guys. Okay. So this is about myself. This is about my brief introduction about my expertise. Right. So yeah, I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you. So the main agenda for this free workshop, basically. So the basic agenda for this particular free workshop is we want to just mainly the main questions that comes from most of the participants is nowadays, like most of the people hearing about this data science, they are talking about data science. Everyone is talking about data science. A lot of online videos and online ads also you can find it on data science, AI, ML. Almost all in industry also they are talking about that. So generally, obviously, whenever if anyone, just anyone having some, they are looking for a job or looking for a job change, what those guys will do, obviously, what is data science? Nowadays, everybody is talking about data science. So they will verify some online videos, or they will attend the workshops conducted by various corporate and training institutes. So just like from DurgaSoft, we you can also find a lot of you can also find a lot of the other things like other demos and other workshops will be gets conducted. So they will talk about something like we require something called as a maths. We learn something about machine learning. We are going to learn about something called as a deep learning. But a bit within one workshop, that means within one just 1 hour workshop conducted or 1 hour session, you can't get a clear understanding about what is data science and what is this machine learning, all these things. You can't understand it clearly, guys. You can't understand it clearly. It requires at least a 3 hours, 4 hours introductions. So 3 or 4 demo classes are required. Then only you can understand What is exactly this data science and what is exactly this ML, machine learning, etc., is there. So, and apart from that, one more main important question comes is, as already somebody has asked, some of you has already has been asked about that. What is a prerequisite for this particular session? Okay, what is a prerequisites? And apart from that, one is going to be one of the, I'm just talking about some of the frequently asked questions in to learn the data science is, the first question is, what is the prerequisites that is going to be required? So what is going to be the prerequisite? So what is going to be the prerequisite that is going to be required? And second thing is going to be nothing but we have to require something called as like, what is the next one is, how much extent the maths is required? Is maths is required? Is it maths is going to be gets required at all? So how much, what is the prerequisite to learn? Like what languages is required? And is really maths is going to be required? And third and one more important point is, what is machine learning first of all? So today's agenda, so mainly for today's agenda, what we are trying to make you understand is like, what is a prerequisite to learn this particular data science course? Okay, and how much extent the maths is going to be required, and what is exactly the machine learning? So within 1 hour, I cannot make you understand all the concepts of what is deep learning, what is NLP, what is AI. Even I can make you understand what is AI also. What is AI also, we'll try to make you understand, guys. First of all, we'll try to make in what is AI also. That also we'll try to cover it. Okay, what is AI? What is machine learning? What is the prerequisites? Okay, what is, how much extent the maths is required or not? So these are going to be some of the questions. Like I will try to make you understand these particular 4 main agendas, guys. First of all, what is AI? So I'm not talking about a technical definitions. I'm not talking about a technical definitions. Our workshop target is to mainly to make you understand at a basic level. It is going to be at a basic level. So which is going to be like any non-technical person can have to understand it. So if it does not requires any much technical knowledge. Simple, what is AI? Okay, what is machine learning? If I talk about machine learning definition, what is machine learning definition is, if I talk about a technical definition, it says that we are giving the ability to the computers to learn without any explicit coding. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? You cannot really understand what exactly it is going to be. So in an easy way, what is machine learning in an easy way? So in simple, if you want to understand even for a non-technical person, so how you can understand that? That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a discussion, guys. So exactly 10:15 is the time. 45 minutes I'll take the session, guys. After that, 5-10 minutes topic. I'm going to take your questions. Okay, fine. Now, so what is AI, guys? AI is going to be nothing but what is an AI systems? Nowadays, we are talking about this. What is AI systems? AI systems are nothing but which just behaves just like a humans. That means how the humans are going to behave, same as it is going to be a system which is going to be behaves like, which is going to be just like a humans. So what is an AI? AI is nothing but just a simple to understand, guys. A system which is mimic to, or which is human mimic. It is going to be human mimic. Mimic means, you know that, no? Which is going to behaves like just like the humans only. So sorry, which is going to be, I said, which is going to be human, which is going to be mimic. So that means which can behave, which can just act like, which is going to be like the humans behave. Like, simple to say that, you can talk about lot of examples, guys. Systems which can draw the images, which can draw the images, sorry, which can draw the images like, which is going to be like humans. So just like how the humans, some artists will be there. So we are having a very popular artist are there. So you know that, which is going to be who has drawn the picture of Mona Lisa. So he was a great painter. He was a great, which is going to be the painter who can which can draw the images. So here also the system, it is a machine which can draw the images like humans. So it is going to be mimicking, it is going to be making the human mimics, guys. So how the humans will draw the images, You can also make the machines to draw the images beautifully. Beautifully, we can draw the images, guys. Same as it is, systems which can not only draw the images, which can also which is going to be, which can something like, which can write some stories, which is going to be stories. So which can write stories just like a very popular, which is going to be the writers. Okay, so he can write some kind of an you can see that he can write some poems, he can write some stories, just like how the humans behaves, same as it is the machines also can behave, guys. You can write lot of things. It is going to be which can sing like, which is going to be sing like a humans. Okay, which can sing or which can like a play music. It is going to be which can play the music just like the humans. So they can perform any kind of an operations they can do, guys. Any kind of actions they can do, just like the humans. So that is what the AI systems. So nowadays, everywhere there AI systems are there. So if you want to prepare your resume, if you want to prepare your resume builder, so we can use a AI system. So AI system is going to be nothing but content writers. So as you know that, so content writers. So whenever we want to have some kind of a content, so content writers used to write it. So if I just go for the machines can write that particular content writers efficiently and very faster than, which is going to be very faster than the humans they can write. Efficiently and faster than the humans they can write it. Isn't it? So, but how the machines can draw the images, how the machines can write the stories, how the machines can sing like humans, how the machines can play the music like humans, isn't it? So first of all, whenever the AI system want to draw the images like humans, first of all, we have to give some kind of a training. First of all, we have to give some kind of a training. So we have to first train the machines here now. Okay, we have to train them. Training means nothing but where the machines are going to learn. Hope you observe carefully. What is the relation between a machine learning and an AI system? So machine learning is a subset of AI, guys. So many people think that we are learning machine learning. What about the AI? So first of all, if you want to make AI is nothing but where our system is going to be behaves just like a humans. But whenever the system is have to become as a behave like a human, first of all, the machines need to be, first of all, the machine need to be trained, where the machine is going to learn. Okay, simple to say that. For example, I want to make a machine to draw some images. Which images you want to draw? I don't want to make to draw all images. I want to make it to draw, for example, a dogs and cats images, we want to make it to draw. Dogs and cat images, we want to make it the machine to draw. For example, so my machine is capable to only draw the dogs and only the cats images only it can draw. It cannot draw any other images. Okay. So whenever you want to make the machine to draw the cats and draw the dogs and cats images, first of all, what we have to do is we have to give some kind of a training. Training means, first of all, we have to give some images. You give some images. First of all, we have to give some images. Okay. The images need to contain some dogs and which is going to be cats. Give some images, take some images. Okay. So which is going to be gets contained, some images contains dogs, some images contains cats. Okay. So this image is a dog. This image is a cat. This image is a cat. This image is a dog. This image is a cat. Once if you give this kind of an images to the machines, machines are going to learn from that particular data. From the images, machines can learn. You don't write any code, just you give the images, machines are going to learn. Machines are going to learn from that particular images. How the machines will learn? There is some concept is there. There are going to be some algorithms is going to be there. We have to specify which algorithm is going to be gets used. By using which algorithm the machine has to learn, that is what we have to explain that. So machines are going to learn from that particular algorithms. Machines are going to learn with the help of that algorithms, the machines will learn. So they will learn from the machines. How the cats and how the dogs can be differentiated. So whenever I want to draw, whenever you want to draw a cat or a dog, so how? So it should have some four legs. It should be having some tail. So how the dog tail can be differentiated with the cat tail? or how the which is going to be the dog face can be differentiated with the with the help of the cat face. Okay, so what are the differences? It can the machine is going to learn. Once the machine learns, now it is capable to draw the images with the help of the which is going to be whatever the machine has learned. Based on that, we can make the draw the machines to draw the images of the dogs and the cats. Yes, it is possible, guys. So many people think that it is not a possible case. No, it is a possible case, guys. It is a possible case. Yes, it is already implemented and we can also see it practically also. Ask the machine to draw the image of a dog. Ask the machine to draw the image of a cat. Immediately the machine can draw the image and it can give you the image. It will give you the image, but don't expect that directly the image will get the output. There is some procedure is there. There is some procedure is there. If you want, you can check it out, guys. You can check it out. Just an example, just to make you understand the concept, guys. You can check in the internet. For example, these are called as deep learning models. See, guys, deep learning models, okay, which can draw, see, you can saw, which can draw, see there, draw the images. Draw the images of which is going to be dogs and cats. Dogs and which is going to be cats. Yes, absolutely. You can see it, guys. Images of deep learning models which can draw the images of dogs and cats. Yes, we can do it, guys. You can do it, guys. So these are all some kind of an example. First of all, the machine need to be gets trained. First of all, which is a dog, which is a cat. If we can identify that, then the machines are capable to draw that kind of an images, guys. So how do you do this? Just for example, I'm talking about that. This is going to be done by using something called as encoders and decoders concept is there. What is this concept is going to be, guys? Which is going to be encoders and decoders in the deep learning concepts. So these encoders and decoders are going to help you. There are going to helps too. They will learn from that particular data, and based on that, they can do whatever the applications you want to do. They can do this kind of an applications. So these are going to be what we call it as encoders and decoders in the deep learning models. Using this, what we can do, guys? Using this, what we can do? You can just perform like whatever the, just like you can make the machine to draw the images. You can make the machine to anything you can do, guys. Anything. Machines can behave just like a humans only. So what are encoders and what are decoder models? So what are encoders and decoder models? What we can do that? They can do a lot of work they can do, guys. Okay. Later we'll see. Right now you cannot understand what exactly it is going to be. There are some machine learning algorithms are there, which we are going to be gets understanding. So encoders, decoder is a widely used structure in deep learning, and which is going to be through this article, we'll understand its particular architectures. So yes, capable. Machines are capable, guys. No doubt at all. Machines are capable to learn. Okay, so directly we don't directly start with this kind of an examples in our applications. Okay, directly we don't do this kind of an examples. First of all, how the machines has to be trained. So how the machines has to be gets trained. So we have to understand first of all. Okay, first of all, we have to understand that particular concept first of all, guys. After that, we are going to make this kind of an examples in deep learning applications and all these things we are going to do that. Okay, so later we'll discuss about all these things. But what I'm saying here is what is AI and what is machine learning? Mainly the people will get confused with that. And even whenever I'm saying that I'm teaching machine learning, sir, our course does not contains AI. Where is the AI is there? So machine learning is a part of your AI. So what is AI basically? AI is nothing but where our machine is going to just behaves, which can take some decision just like the humans. But how the machines can take a decision? First of all, it needs some training. It needs some learning. So that learning phase is going to be done by something called as a machine learning concept. So what is machine learning, guys? Machine learning is a task where the machines are going to learn something to achieve a particular task. So as I'm saying that I want to make the machine to draw the images. First of all, we have to make the machine to learn. So how the images of dogs and how the images of which is going to be how the images of which is going to be dogs and cats will be there. First of all, we have to make the machine to identify which one is a dog, which one is a cat. It should know about the differences. who is a cat, which one is a cat, which image is a dog. First of all, machine has to identify that. Then the machine can study what is dog, what is cat, or who is male, who is female. It can identify the concept. Based on that, yes, absolutely it can do, guys. Absolutely it can do. So the first important phase is going to be machine learning. So mainly the first important phase is a machine learning, guys. So if the machine learning was done, then the machines can study. Without having the machine learning, machine can't learn anything, machine cannot do the action. So first of all, make the machine to get trained, make the machine to learn. So how the machines are going to learn, guys? With the help of some kind of an algorithms we are going to be users. So mainly in our course curriculum, you have to learn what are these algorithms, guys. What are these algorithms? So algorithms are going to help the machine to learn. There are different types of algorithms are there, guys. Like we have a machine learning algorithms are there, and we are going to be having something called as in deep learning algorithms are there. ML stands for machine learning, DL stands for deep learning. Deep learning algorithms are also called as, they are called as neural networks. They are called as neural networks. So DL machine learning algorithms, we have some. Deep learning algorithms are what we are going to call it as neural networks. So all these algorithms are going to be based on some mathematical concept, guys. So as I said that now, what is how much extent the maths is required and why the maths is required? Why? Because is, guys, every machine learning algorithm we are using, every machine learning algorithm we are using, there is going to be some mathematical concept will be there, guys. So you need not to be an expert in the math. You need not to be an expert in the maths. But if you understand how that algorithm, what is the math behind that particular algorithm, you can understand how that algorithm is working. Otherwise, if you don't know what is the math behind them, applying a machine learning is very easy, guys. I'll show you one small example practically also. Just I'm not going to show you any complex example, but I'm going to show you a very simple example only. I'm going to show you for the today's class. A very simple example. So in that example, what you can understand here is first of all, I just want to make you understand, is really the machines are learning, first of all. Yes, machines are learning, fine. So how the machines are learning? With the help of some kind of an algorithms is going to be the machine is going to study. So what is the math behind them? What exactly the math behind them is going to be there? That is what we have to study them. I'll show you some example, simple example only. Practically, it is not going to be required, but you cannot understand it. But just to understand what exactly it is going to be, I'll show you one small practical example, guys. Okay. So this is going to be, this is going to be the one of the concept what we can see that. So what is the math required here is, what is going to be the maths required here is a simple example, guys. A simple example only I'm going to be talking about that. The example is going to be for every whatever the algorithm we are going to learn. For example, let us say, guys, as I'm talking about a neural networks. In neural networks, you have to understand the mathematical concept called as, which is going to be the derivatives concepts we have to require. It is going to be a derivatives concepts, guys. So whenever I said derivatives means, some of you may say that immediately, some of you will think that, sir, very long back in our, whenever we are in our 10+2 standard, yes, we have studied the derivatives. Yes, everybody has been a long back. For me, almost all, when I started my learning my data science, I started learning my data science in 2017, guys. I completed my engineering, maximum my in engineering level, I used the calculus concept around how many years back? Almost all, it is going to be around 16, 17 years back, I learned it. 16, 17 years back. I think you guys are not that much back. Maybe some of you, maybe hardly 4, 5 years back, you have used derivatives. Maybe hardly for some of you, it may be 8, 9 years back. But for me, it is almost somewhere around 17 years back, I studied it. But meanwhile, in the meanwhile, I also have been, though I was not into them, at least I didn't forgot that particular maths because we can recap it. You can just recap the sessions. You can recap the understanding. So once you have learned some concept very long back, at least if you have learned it efficiently at that time, easily we can recap all the particular concepts. Maybe you didn't remember, But you know what is going to be d by dx of which is going to be x square? Maybe. So very long back you have been discussing, guys. What is d by dx of x square, guys? Anybody remember? Derivative of x square with respect to x, guys. Anybody remember? Nobody remembered. Let's try to answer the guess. What is derivative of x square with respect to x? Remember? At least remember. Yes or no, guys? Yes. It is 2 into x. It is going to be 2 into x. What is going to be derivative of which is going to be log x? What is log x derivative, guys? Anybody remember? It is 1 by x, guys. It is going to be 1 by x. So don't worry. See, you need not to about this one, but what is derivative? If you understand that, that is sufficient, guys. So what is derivative, guys? What is derivative is explaining. The derivative is explaining how much change in the function whenever there is a change in your x value. If your f of x is defined as x square, if f of x is defined as x square, how much the value of f of x will changes for a very small change in the x value. For a small change in the x value, for a small change I'm talking about, that small change only we are going to write it as df. So df by dx is equal to nothing but it is going to be 2 into x. So where the particular change is a very small change, guys, very small change. How can you explain them? I can explain with the help of a function called as a 2x, guys. So earlier, that means earlier some years before, everything we have to learn it manually. We don't have any help from the internet. But nowadays, you know that no, guys, everything has been become very easy. Everything has been become very easy, guys. Nowadays, the concept has become, our learning is become very easy. There is a lot of online resources are there, guys. So even you are not familiar, even if you are not, if you have didn't remember the concept, so there are some websites are there, guys. Like one is going to be Math is Fun. You can use it, guys. Derivatives are a concept of which is going to be calculus. See, guys, how simple the work has become. I'll show you once. This is going to be derivatives. How to find the slope of a function. See the difference, guys. It is going to be y equal to which is going to be x square. Derivative is nothing but the change in y with respect to the x, which is nothing but the slope of the line. It is nothing but derivative only, guys. You can find the derivative. See how simple I was able to find the derivative, guys. What is the derivative of this particular line? Minus 1.311. For given value of x, for given value of x, what is the y value? So we can represent this. This is going to be any equation you can write in, guys. Any equation we can write. For example, I can write x to the power of which is going to be 3 plus which is going to be 5 into which is going to be x square. You can write any equation you can write in, guys. So how the x cube plus which is going to be 5x square equation will be there. So the equation is going to be looks like this, guys. How the x cube equation is going to be looks like. Your x cube equation is going to be look something like this, guys. Very easily we can find out. So what is the slope of this line at this particular point? If I just draw a line here now, you can find out what is going to be the slope of the line here, guys. This is a way how we can find it of that. So easy, guys. It is going to be easy and it is going to be simple to work with this kind of an application, what we can see there. Okay. So the concepts has become very easy for you guys. The concepts has been become very easy. So these are going to be what is going to be the differentiable concepts is there. And even we are having the something called as a derivative plotter. This is another derivative plotter concept, guys. I just shown you know how the value is going to be changes. It's an interactive, easy to understand it. How the f of x is changing and how the slope is going to be changing, guys. So f of x is getting decreasing, slope is increasing. Once we got to 0, guys, you can see that slope becomes 0. And after that, slope becomes positive. That is what we can see, guys. The slope is increasing. Up to here, the slope is decreasing, guys. The slope is going to be increasing. If we can see that f of x is getting decreasing, guys. Once it came to 0, your slope has been became 0. After that, the value is going to be increasing, guys. So slope is increasing now. You can see that particular point. That is what we can see the data. So that slope is positive. Here the slope is negative. So like that, a very interactive way you can understand that kind of an application. Anything you can calculate, guys. X square. You talk about x cube. So it is going to be x cube, guys. So your x cube is going to be like this. Function will be like this. Its slope is going to be varies like this, guys. See the difference? The slope is becoming like this. Slope is varying like this, guys. It is becoming 0 here now. Here it is going to be slope is negative. Here the slope is negative, guys. Here the slope is positive. So you can understand all these things. Very easily we can work with an application, guys. So these are all the kind of resources which helps you to understand this kind of a maths. So up to some extent, whatever the maths that is required, so every algorithm is going to be depending on some maths. So if you can understand the maths, that is sufficient, guys. You need not to do any equations, you need not to perform any calculations, or you need not to derive any theories, or no need to by heart any theories. Okay, only thing is, if you want to understand how the algorithm will works, you should know what is the maths behind that. Up to the understanding of the maths only, it is going to be required. Sometimes we are going to require a concept of probability, guys. It is going to be what is probability. Yes, we have learned some little bit about probability. Sometimes we have calculated some calculations of distance calculations. Yes, we all of you know the distance calculations, guys. Hope all of you have an idea about that. For example, guys, these are two x and y points. This is x and this is y. So x-axis, y-axis. I have a point A. I have a point B is there, guys. So A is having the coordinates like x1, y1. B is having a coordinates of x2, y2. So what is the distance between A and B? Hope all of you remember the formulation, guys. It is x1 minus x2 square plus which is going to be y1 minus y2 square. Yes, maybe very long back you have been learned it, guys. But if I explain what is the distance calculations, so I think you can understand the concept, guys. So it is x1 minus x2 square minus y1 minus y2 square. So if I want to directly travel from A to B, how much is the distance? Now we have another option is there. If I want to travel from A to B, I will travel parallelly to the x-axis up to some extent. This is, let us say, point C, and then I'm going to go to which is going to be point B. Like this also we can travel, but I'm traveling parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis, not directly like this, guys. So if I try to travel directly from A to B, this is what we call it as an Euclidean distance. We call it as an Euclidean distance, guys. If I travel from A to C and then C to B, this is what we are going to call it as an what kind of a distance. This is what we are going to call it as an absolute distance, what we call it as. So just a little bit maths is going to be gets required, guys. A little bit maths is going to be required. So I will explain the concept. If you are in a position to understand the concept, that is going to be sufficient. Beyond that, it is not going to be gets required, guys. So what is Euclidean distance? All of you know the distance, this one only, guys. x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. How to calculate Euclidean distance, guys? It is x1 minus x2 modulus of y1 minus y2 modulus. This is what we call it as absolute distance. Why? Because if this A point is x1, y1, if B point is x2, y2, if I said that C is parallel to B point and C is parallel to A point, what is C point here now? C point is x2, y1. C point will be x2 minus x2, x1. So x1 minus x2 whole square to the square root of that, it will become x1 minus x2. From here to here, it is y1 minus y2 is the distance, guys. Same calculation. I have done in another different way we have been done. Like that, there is some mass will be there, guys. That's it. If you can study the mass, that is going to be sufficient with that. Okay. So I think I am clarifying one by one point, guys. What is AI? AI is nothing but a system. That means a technique which we are going to make the machines which is going to behave just like a humans. How machine can behave like a human? First of all, it has to be gets trained. It has to learn something from the data. You give the data, machine is going to learn. Whatever you want to make, the machine has to learn it, guys. The machine has to learn it. Now, how much extent maths is required? Because every machine learning algorithm or every which is going to be a data science is completely based on the maths. You have to know about how the maths is going to be. Not know about the maths. You have to understand how the maths is helping to make the machines to learn it, guys. And what is going to be prerequisites? Coming to the prerequisites, guys, nothing I can say that it's a prerequisite is required. Nothing prerequisite is required. So do you require any programming language? Yes, we require a programming language. Which language we use? We are going to be using Python. Sir, I don't know Python, so how can I learn this data science, guys? Let us say that. So some people says that, sir, I don't know anything about Python. How can you learn it? No need to worry about that. Why? Because Python is a language. Very simple, guys. Python is a language. I'm saying that Python is a language which is very, very easy to learn it, guys. Python is a language which is very easy to learn, guys. Very easy to learn. Okay. To learn Python, you really don't require any particular, which is going to be, you don't really require any knowledge to, that means any prerequisites is learning, guys. Python is a very simple language only. Python is going to be a very simple language. It is going to be, guys. It's a very simple language. It is going to be a very simple language. It is going to be, guys. Anybody can learn this particular language without having any prerequisite, without having any prior knowledge. They can easily learn this particular language, guys. So that is the only prerequisite to learn it. And how much extent that is required is, I am going to teach you in the class itself, guys. I'm going to teach you everything in the class itself. Whatever the Python that is going to be required, whatever the Python language that is going to be required, how much extent you require, everything I'm going to explain it in the class itself. So the only prerequisite to learn the class from my side is, some people says that you have to learn Python and then you have to come and join my class. So I'm saying that even if you don't have any knowledge also, even if you don't have any knowledge at all, even if you don't have any knowledge at all, so I'm going to be making you understand the concept very easily, guys. I'm going to make a concept very easily. I'm going to make the application. So really don't require to understand any particular applications here now. Okay. Very easy to learn and very easy to implement it. And whatever the prerequisites, that means whatever the prerequisites which you require, everything I'm going to explain that particular concepts. Okay. We are going to be explaining that particular concepts. I'm going to be explaining it, guys. So how much extent that is going to be required, whatever the prerequisite that is going to be gets required, we are going to explain that particular concepts, guys. Okay. So no need to worry about that. The only prerequisite I say is, if you have some interest to learn the data science, and one more thing is going to be, guys. For example, if you have something like, that means if you have any interest to learn it, if you have any interest to learn the data science, and just a little bit knowledge of maths is you have it. You can, if you can understand, if you're in a position to understand the concept, what I'm explaining, that is going to be sufficient for our understanding, guys. Beyond that, nothing is going to be required, guys. Beyond that, nothing is going to be gets required. So that is basically our main requirement to our data science. That's it. Everything from the scratch. Even if you don't have any prior knowledge also, I can make you to learn the data science. Why? Because data science is all about some kind of an conceptual, it's only the concepts only, guys. Which algorithm we have to learn, what algorithm we have to use, all these things we are going to use it. It's not about technology, guys. Yes, what is his name? Just a minute. Abhishek. Yeah. It is not about a technology. Okay. Once you see what is data science, just I'll tell you the right now it is not required. What is a definition of data science? If you see that, data science is a multidisciplinary field where we are going to learn various techniques. There are going to be all about techniques. We are going to learn about all about the methodologies. And we are going to be learning about the various concepts of processings we are going to learn. And we are going to be using a different type of systems. All these are basically to understand the data only. It is basically to understand the data, guys. So it is not about a technology. We have to use a different techniques will be there. Okay. Whatever the techniques that we are require, all of them we are going to be using with the help of the Python. So what techniques you require? Yes, there are some techniques are there. How to analyze the data. Data analysis is one technique. Okay, we don't use any tool, we don't use any software. Everything we are going to do it with the help of the Python. We require a skill of a technique of data visualization. So the data visualization is going to be done with the help of the Python. Everything is done with the help of the Python. Along with that, we are going to require some kind of other systems like Spark. I'm going to teach you. Apart from a little bit idea about a not Tableau, it is going to be Power BI, some etc. Power BI or Tableau, anything is a fine case, guys. Anything you can learn it. Some introductions to not introductions, we are going to make you to just have some exposure to this. You have to just little bit explore them, and we have to explore a little bit more and more to understand that particular concepts. Okay, fine. So that is going to be the concept of how we can work with them. So it is not like a tools and technologies. Everything is going to be some techniques, some methodologies, which we are going to implement with the help of the Python, what we are going to be implementing. Okay, so that is what exactly we have to learn as part of this example. Now, just to show you, that means I just want to clarify one small point. Can machines can learn? Is machines are capable to learn? Yes or no? How do you clarify that? So further, I'm going to give a small practical example. I'm not going to make it a little bit very complicated, a very simple example only. Have a look at this one. Let us say an example of, like for example, Uber. I'm talking about the Uber data, guys. Uber data. So as you know that we'll book a cab depending on some distance and all these things. I'm not taking any complex data. Easily you can understand the data. See this. So how much distance I have traveled? So I have taken the cabs. I have taken the cab. How much distance I have been traveled? You know that no, sometimes the Uber says that peak time, non-peak time, peak charges are going to be applicable. So whether it is a peak time or a non-peak time, how much charges it is going to be. Just a small example I have taken. But basically how much charge they will do, how much distance we travel, whether it is a peak time, what is the type of the cab, etc. etc. Just I'm not taking that much data. Observe carefully. Distance is 5 kilometers. It's a peak time. 1 stands for peak time. 0 stands for non-peak time. Let us say that peak time is 1 and price is going to be, they charged me 73 rupees. I traveled for 8 kilometers in a non-peak time. So they charged me 64 rupees. So I traveled for 7 kilometers. It was in peak time. They have charged me 81 rupees. Let us say that I have traveled for 10 kilometers. Let us say that it is going to be, it's a peak time only. It is going to be peak time. They have been charged 105 rupees. I think if you look at the data, you can easily understand it. Easily we can understand it. You really don't require to a machine learning algorithm here now. Now let us say that it's a very small data, guys. Data is a very small data. I have taken only 2 dependencies, distance and the peak time. But in real application, they depends on so many factors. Now I want to know how these charges are going to be decided based on the distance and based on the peak time. How we can identify that? I want to identify this, guys. I want to find out how these charges is depending on the distance, for how many kilometers they have charged. For each kilometers, how much they are charging. And depending on the peak time, how much they are charging. That is what I want to find it off. That is what I want to find it off. So see, I know the equation, how the charges are doing. I can see the data. I can easily see the data because maybe most of you also can easily understand the data, guys. How these charges are coming from this particular distance and this peak time. How these charges are coming from this distance and the peak time. It's very easy, guys. See, guys, simple. For 8 kilometers, they charged 64 rupees. Just an example. That means easily we can say that for each kilometer, there are charging 8 rupees, isn't it? For each kilometer, there are charging 8 rupees because it is a non-peak time. There is no extra charges. Just an example. How the 73 rupees is coming, guys? 5 kilometers, 5 into which is going to be 8 is going to be 40. Okay, sorry. 5 into, is I'm wrong? 5 kilometers. Sorry, I think done a mistake. It is 75, guys. Just a minute. I think I done a mistake. 5 into 840. Yeah, sorry, guys. I done a mistake actually. It is 65. It is 65. Yeah, it's done. I done wrong, guys. It is going to be 65, guys. I done it wrong. It is going to be 65, guys. Okay. Now see what I'm going to be doing here is, guys, which is going to be nothing but what I'm going to do here is, guys. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is for each kilometer there are charging, which is going to be, so they have charged 65 rupees. So for each kilometer, if it is 8 rupees, 8 5s are 40. So remaining 25 rupees is going to be nothing but for the peak time, guys. Check it out. 7 into which is going to be 8 rupees. 7 8s are which is going to be 56. 56 plus 21, guys, 25. Obviously, it is going to be 81 rupees. That means you can say that charges is equal to how much distance we have traveled for each kilometer into 8 rupees plus depending on the peak time into 25 rupees. If it is a peak time, add 25. If it is non-peak time, it is going to be 0, guys. This is the data what we can easily understand the relationships. I studied the data, guys, how the charges are varying with respect to the distance and the peak time. But same data, if I give it to the machine, guys, same data, if I give it to machine, data is a small data, guys. Here we really don't require a machine learning algorithm. But just I want to show you the example, just a 5 minutes. Is really machines will learn or not? That is what I want to clarify that. So don't worry, I'm going to be using some Python code I'm going to be using just to make you understand whether the same is going to be learned by the machine or not, or machine will learn in a different way. Let us try to see the data. Just a small code I'll write in, guys. You don't really, that means you may not understand what is the code I'm writing because you know the concept. So you don't know any idea about them. If you have the idea about the Python, okay, you can understand it. Otherwise, you can't understand the code, guys. Let me show you some code, guys. It is a Jupyter notebooks which I'm going to be using, guys. So this is the Jupyter notebook what we are going to be writing here, guys. Okay, I'll write a Python code. Don't worry anything. So just first of all, let me prepare the data, guys. First of all, I have to prepare the data first of all. See how simple just see how the process is going to taking place. Import, which is going to be pandas as for example, PD. So pandas is a library which is basically used to work with the data sets, guys. So I'm going to be taking some data. I'm preparing the data, guys. See how I'm going to be preparing a data. Just this is the one thing which we have to study them, guys. That's it. Apart from nothing is going to be there. So it is going to be how much is the distance. Distance is going to be nothing but 5 kilometers. Same data I'm taking, guys. 8, 7, and I have taken 10, guys. Okay, just a second. It is going to be 5, 8, 7, and 10. Next, whether it is a peak time or not. So peak time is 1, 0, 1, and 1 we have taken. So 3 peak times. Now, how much is the charges they have been charged, guys? How much is the charges? So for 8 kilometers, 5 kilometers, they have charged that. It is going to be how much they have charged, guys? It is 65 rupees. It is 65. For 8 kilometers, they charged me 64 rupees. For 7 kilometers, they have charged how much, guys? 81 rupees. And 105 is going to be for the 10 kilometers. Just I'll show you the data frame. Same data I prepared, guys. 5, 1, 65, 8, 0, 64, 7, 1, it is 81, and 10, 1, which is 105. Here the data is very easy to understand it. But see how I'm giving the data to the machine. From everything is done by the machine learning algorithms only, guys. From sklearn dot, which is going to be linear models, import, it is going to be how to implement this. How the linear regression. Currently, you don't know what is the linear regression. But this is going to be what I'm going to do is I'll import a library called as a linear regression. I'm going to be importing it, guys. Just see, I pressed the tab key, automatically it will autofill the concepts. Just wait for a minute. Tab space. Just a minute. sklearn.neilan models. It is going to be what we are going to call it as a linear regression, what we are going to call it as. Simple. We don't do anything, guys. Model is equal to, it is linear regression. Just we have to make the machine to train, guys. So I'm just giving the training, guys. I'm not writing any code by myself. Model.fit, see guys how simple I'm going to give. df of. I'm asking you have to study the behavior of charges based on the distance and the peak time, comma, what you have to study. It is df of charges. That's it, guys. If I just feed this data to the machine is going to learn the data, guys. Over. Machine has learned the data, guys. I just given you have to study the charges with respect to the distance and the peak. If you give it, machine is going to learn. Over, guys. Machine learning is over. But how it is varying, let us ask the machine, guys. Model dot coefficients, comma model dot, which is going to be intercepts. Hope you remembered, guys. If I said coefficient and intercept, you can see, guys. Can you see clearly, guys? It is saying that the coefficient for distance is 8 and for the coefficient for peak is going to be 25. That means for every 1 unit, 1 distance, 1 kilometer distance you travel, they are charging 8 rupees. And depending on the peak time, 1 stands for peak time, 0 stands for non-peak time. They are charging extra 25 rupees. They are charging. So charges is equal to 8 into distance plus 25 into the peak time. If peak time is there, it is at 25. If it is non-peak time, there are going to be adding 0. 0 into 25. 0 into 25 is 0. If it is a non-peak time, they will add 0. If it is a peak time, it is going to become 25, guys. That's it. So just I want to show you some simple example, guys. I don't, if a data is going to be very higher dimensions, then manually we cannot do that. But here we can do with the help of the machines what we can do. Yes, if you observe carefully, nowhere I written the code, guys. Code means I've written some code, some programming code I have written, but nowhere I have written the logic. I simply asking the machine, please learn how this, how can you explain me how this distance and how the peak is deciding the charges, or how the charges are decided based on the peak time and the distance. If I give the data, machine studied the data and it has given me this kind of an insights the machine has given for me. So feed the data to the machine, guys. Machines are going to learn from the data. That's why we are going to call it as machine learning. Once the machines are trained like this, then automatically the machines can behave. It's just given the data like this, guys. But practically, as I told you, if they want to make a machine to draw an image of a dog or a cat, we have to give the images of dogs and cats we have to give. Machines will learn and machines can draw the images of cats and the dogs, it can draw it here. But main important point is this machine learning, guys. Why? Because first of all, the machine has to learn. Machine has to differentiate which one is dog, which one is cat, or what is going to be. Whenever I said that, no, it has to write something like an some stories. It has to write it. So first of all, we have to make some inputs. First of all, we have to make the machine to train. So this is how to write the stories. These are kind of a type of stories. These are going to be another type of stories. If you feed the data, the machine will study, the machine will learn, and then it can also write a big stories or good stories based on our required whatever the type of the stories you want to write. Machines can write the stories, guys. Okay, so this is just a small introduction about the training about our data science course, guys. Okay, so just before ending the application, yes, we have a very few languages are there. Python is going to be most popular languages, but we can also do it the language by using R language also we can do. And even we can also do it by using Spark also we can do that. So these are the 3 most popular languages. The top place is going to be Python. After that, we are having R, Spark, and also we have it like languages like which is going to be Julia. But all these are secondary, but always the top priority is for which is going to be what we can call it as Python is the top priority languages. Okay, so just let us ask languages, which is going to be what languages are going to be preferred, preferred for which is going to be preferred for data science. So the first place always takes the Python. Python is going to be the first place always it is going to be takes in, guys. Then as I said that which is going to be R, which is going to be the Julia, we can use it. Okay. Spark is a framework. Spark is not a language. Spark is a framework which we can use it. But there also we can use the language like Scala they will use this, or they will use as the Python they will be uses. Okay. So these are some of the languages. Even SQL, Java, C, C++, they'll talk about that. Always the first place is for Python itself. Okay. Yes, it's mainly the modules are going to be the main advantages. As I told you, I used a scikit-learn. I have used the which is going to be the pandas. These are going to be some of the whatever that particular main advantages of using that one. Because most of the contribution has been done towards the Python. That is the reason mostly people also prefer to use the Python language rather than using the other languages. Okay, fine. So this is all about my data science, just quick understanding. Okay, so if you want to learn data science from DurgaSoft, from me, that is from me and from the DurgaSoft, So we are having a demo class, guys. Okay, actually the batch was already started. It is the actual regular batch timing is from 6:30 a.m. to which is going to be 8 a.m. guys. So 1.5 hour class every day. Generally, it'll start by 6:40, 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Basically, mostly for working professionals, because we know that they have to join their office call, they have to go to offices. So by 9 a.m. generally most of the people will join. That's why specifically for working professionals we have started with 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Already the batch was already started, guys. Batch was already started, but the topics are in very beginning stage, very beginning stage. So we covered only just a basics of Python only. It's not yet covered also. Basics of Python we have started. I'll just tell you the topics what I have covered. What are the basic types in Python? Basic types in Python. Okay, what are the basic types in Python? Integers. You know that in every language we have float, we have a string, we have a bool. Apart from that, in Python we have something called as an sequences in Python is there. Just we covered 4 sequences, guys. List, tuples, sets, dictionaries. These are the some of the 4 objects we are having. Just we have covered only these 2 topics has been covered, guys. What are the basic types in Python? Integer, float, string, and bool. Hardly this will take say 10 minutes to understand. That's it. It won't take that much time, guys. Only these will take a little bit time. Why? Because every object will have their internal, there are some methods will be there. So whenever you want to manipulate them, so we have to use some kind of a methods, we have to require it. So just a little bit, that means it's not that much important and it is not a complicated one also. Just a few methods are covered. So you have to study those particular methods, we have to cover it. So these topics are already covered. So the regular batch is from 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. is your regular batch timing. But if I make you to directly join at 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., you cannot understand what you are learning. That's why only just for a 3-4 classes, I'm going to take a demo class. I'm going to take it, guys. That means I just want to make a little bit more clarity about data science. That is 2 days I'll take it. Plus, along with that, so what are the topics that has been you have been that means you are unable to attend these classes, right? You have been left over for this. These topics also quick. I'm not going to cover each and every topic, guys. Quickly for 2 days, I will just give some idea about that. If you already have the idea, you can learn it, guys. If you don't have the idea only, then you have to just again recap the session. Anyhow, no worries. For that, all the resources I'll give you, like whatever the backup videos and all these things I will be covering. But we are not going to disturb this class. That's why for 3-4 days, we're going to conduct like a demo class, like a backup session. But the class timing is from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Only for 4 days only this class will be there, guys. After that, you can join along with 6:30 a.m. batch. You can join it. Regular batch timing is this one, guys. So tomorrow morning, we have a demo session, guys. At 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., 1 hour, if you just attend the class, I'll give a little bit more understanding about data science, as well as what are our course curriculums, all these things I'm going to teach you, so that you can get some clarity about the what topics we are going to be discussing. Okay, what we are offering. Okay, what we are going to offer. So all these things will get some clarity about the 2 days. And after that, another 2 days, I'll just simply give some idea about the basic concepts I'm going to give you, so that you can join along with that 6:30 a.m. batch. Along with that, whatever the topics you have missed, those I can give you as a backup videos, guys. I'll give you the backup videos. Just if you go through the backup videos, you can cover those particular the sessions which you have been got missed. Okay. So the course duration is going to be approximately more than 5 months, guys. So 5 to 6 months you can take it. Okay. And it is going to be every day, as already told, 6:30 to 8 a.m. Generally, at least minimum to minimum, guys, 1 hour 15 minutes class will be there. Generally, I'll start with 6:40 generally, because online classes, right? Generally depends on the time. Sometimes I may take up to 8 a.m. or depending on the topic. Generally, minimum to minimum, I'll take up to 7:55 a.m. I'm going to take the class. At least 1 hour 15 minutes class to 1 hour 20 minutes class every day. It will be there, guys. So total duration will be more than 5 months of time. More than 5 months of time, because you know that it's not like a normal traditional programming language. Lot of things we have to learn, lot of skills we have to learn. Like as I told, data analysis, data visualizations, data cleansings, machine learning, deep learning, NLP. So big data systems, data visualization tools. There are so many other techniques which you have to learn it, guys. That is the reason it takes a little bit more time. It is going to take it for you guys. Okay. So tomorrow morning you can join at 5:30 a.m. Already my backend team has been already my backend team has already shared the link for the tomorrow's class. So again, I'm going to share you that link once again, guys. Okay. So once again, I'm going to share the link. It is tomorrow morning 5:30 a.m. guys. So the time is going to be morning 5:30 a.m. at tomorrow at 16th of October. Tomorrow is 16th, right? Yeah. 16th of October, it is going to be morning tomorrow. If you can attend 4 days classes, that is sufficient. I will just cover up all the whatever the sessions are required to continue with the 6:30 a.m. batch. I'll take up all that particular session discussions in that particular 4 classes. No need to attend every day at 5:30 a.m. It is only for 4 days only. After that, you can start at 6:30 a.m. You can join, guys. Okay. So this is going to be our complete course curriculum. So I'll tell you like what we are offering from our side and all these things in the demo classes. How do you get the day class videos? How do you get the materials? All these things I will be discussing in the class, guys. Okay, I'll discuss in the demo classes. You can attend these sessions at a free of cost. After that, once you are satisfied with our sessions, with our course curriculum, then you can join at 6:30 a.m. by registration. So total course fees is going to be, guys, 16K is going to be the course fees. 16K is going to be the course fees, guys. So by paying the required course fees, you can register for the 6:30 a.m. Then obviously you'll get all the backup videos, all the materials, all these things you will be getting the access to you through the Google Drive. You are going to get the access, guys. Okay. So this is about our total course curriculum, guys. So if any doubts are there, I can just clarify in all this in our coming demo sessions. Please attend, guys. Please attend the session tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. if it is possible to you. It's a little bit too early morning, 5:30 means. So you can attend it. And after that, if you attend 3 or 4 classes, you can continue at 6:30 a.m. You can just change your timing at 6:30 a.m. It's not, 6:30 a.m. is mostly comfortable for everyone. 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. is best time, guys. Because you are not going to lose any other work. You need not to postpone any other works. Regularly, we can join at 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. is our regular class timing, guys. Okay. So that is about from our side, guys. So now I can just take a 5-10 minutes from any questions if you have. I can take up your questions, guys. Yes. Anyone, guys, if you have any questions?
So, hey Vamsi, so you
Yes, yeah.
told that for the next few days, we just need
Mhm.
to attend for 5:30 to 6:30, right? So,
Yes, yes.
uh, on those days, the regular classes also happening 6:30 to 8. So you
Yes,
will cover those
those
also.
topics. So those topics, there are currently in some, just it's a normal setups only there are doing that. We have some setup is there. I'll tell you that that setup also will cover it in your class. It is nothing but right now they have started with Anaconda Python installation. So one
Mm.
or 2 days they will take it. So what I will do is just I will take, I do instead of taking a long session, that means more time, I'm going to take a small sessions. I'll take it for a couple of days so that I can just merge both of your sessions. So once I merge
Oh,
it, all of both everyone is going to be on the same level and the same page. I'll cover all of
oh.
them. So
Okay,
they will be
after
having,
4 days,
yeah,
after 4 days of session, we
mm,
both will be in the same
both
page.
will be
Yes.
in the same. Only thing is for you, for those people, it has taken more time to study. For you
Mm-hmm.
guys, it is going to be less time to study. That's it. Just
Okay.
like a quick refresh. Do you have the idea about Python? Don't have any idea about Python, or at least basic knowledge of Python.
Basic.
Have you known about list tuples? Do you know that?
List some of the structure I know, but others I don't know.
Some of the.
I know some of them, list and all, list
Okay,
and
okay, okay.
dictionary and
Okay,
others.
remaining just I'll just
Yeah,
quickly, that's why I quickly refresh those particular topics. Remaining you can just understand those particular
yeah,
topics.
yeah,
It's
got
not
it.
a big theory, it's not going to be big concepts at all. You can just take some time and you can learn it also. I'll give you the recording videos, right? So you can learn it from them, no problem at all. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah, sure.
interested, you can join from tomorrow 6:30 also, you can join it. So that, so guess if you want to join at 6:30, you can join at 6:30 also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So because I don't want to make you confused with that. If you study it, at least if you join for 2 classes, 3 classes, if you complete off, then I can make you to join at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's all my question. So after if I attend 5:30 for three more class,
Hmm.
then I if I can 6:30, both will
Yes.
be in the same
Both will
page.
be the same
That's what
page. Yeah.
okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, guys. Anybody, guys? Any other questions?
Sir, Roshan this side, sir.
Yeah, Roshan. Yeah, you joined today also.
Sir, I have
Yeah. I'll
requested.
do that. I'll do that. I'll do it. Yep. Any others, guys? Any others? Okay. So fine, guys. I think I have shared you the link for the tomorrow's class, guys. So if anybody is interested, you please join, guys. 3-4 days demo classes only. So if you're having any plan to start your data science journey and data science learning, so you can just start up. So like I'll tell you like what are the basics that are required, all the basic structures, like in projects how they will do that. All these things I'll explain it. Then if you are satisfied with our learning and with our training procedure, then you can join the sessions, guys. Okay. So I have already shared the link for the tomorrow morning 5:30 a.m. link. I've joined you guys. Click on the link, get registered, and you can join it tomorrow 5:30 a.m. guys. Okay. After that, you can, if you are interested, you can join it. You can shift your batch. I will merge all of you to almost all. There are 20, 21 students are there already. It's not just like a 5 or 6 students. We have 20 plus students are already there. Generally, we'll have 20 plus guys in every batch. 25 to 30 generally will have the students. So we just arranging some demo sessions like tomorrow morning at 5:30. So attend for 3 or 4 classes, then you can join at 6:30 a.m. along with the other batch of students, guys. Yes, is our demos are going to be uploaded? Yes, Abhishek. My backend team is going to send you a follow-up mail. In the follow-up mail, they will upload a YouTube and they will share you the uploaded they will share you the uploaded video to the YouTube. They will share you the link. You can get it from there. Okay. Fine, guys. So thanks for today, guys. Just for today, I'll stop it here. We'll continue in the. I'll see you. I'll hope you see you in the tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. guys. Thanks all of you guys. And I can just share you my number also, guys. If anybody having any further discussions, you can just feel free to reach me. So I'm just sharing my number in the chat window, guys. You can just take down my number as well as my mail ID also. If you want, you can write to my mail or you can just message me, text me on the WhatsApp, guys. So it's 8080771117 is my contact number and shrivi.guttula@gmail.com. Okay. So if you want, you can check it in the LinkedIn about my profile also with the same email ID. So that's my contact number. This is my email ID. If you have any further questions or any clarifications, guys, please reach me out. Either not text me on the WhatsApp number or else you can reach me on my email also, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Thanks everyone. Just giving some 1.5 hour, almost 1.5 hour of your Sunday time. So Sunday will have everyone will have their own works. So you know how important is the time on Sunday. So thanks all of you for your time, guys. Hope I'll see you tomorrow at morning 5:30 a.m. guys. Thanks all of you guys.
Sir, please, please.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, Roshan, I'll do it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So thanks all of you guys. Just for thank for today. We'll meet up in the tomorrow's class. Thank you all of you guys.